let me ask you a question, inshallah, because this is what's on all of the brothers' minds, which is, I can see them in the comments. Bottom line, how have you been able to cultivate and curate this environment whereby you two are not killing each other?
He just fulfills us both in what we both seek individually in different ways. Like, I don't know. He's just him. For me personally, yeah. I just know.
This is interesting. Sorry guys, I have to talk to you guys right now. The sister just said he's just him. Now, the sister probably doesn't know what it is exactly that makes him this way, but I can guarantee you that he's a man who's got his ish in order, and he infects his wives with that aura accordingly. You know.
Yeah, I can definitely. My answer is like he's the smartest guy I've ever met.
Literally, yeah, he's very, very smart. He's very patient.
He knows what he's talking about. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so one thing I observed from him, especially from the beginning, like when we like first started talking, every single question that I answered, he answered directly, and he knew exactly what he was talking about. Otherwise, he didn't answer. So he knew his stuff. And the other thing is, you know, he's very stoic. Like,
I mean, he just has like every quality that you would look for.
I've never met a guy like him. And
I've just been with him for 11 years. So for me personally, like it's never in my mind, there's never an option where it's like I would lose him in my life. Like I just would do anything. I literally probably would just die for him because I need him in my life. So if he wanted other wives, if he thought that there was like a wife suitable for him, I would respect that decision, because the thought of being without him, it makes me emotional, is worse than being sharing him with other women. So that's, you know, if he thought that you were a suitable wife for him, I would respect and understand his decision.
Oh, yeah, we trust him.
Yeah.
Like if he says something, like there's no question that you would wonder like why. There's no why.
He just has a pure heart. He has like, you know,
he's like that. Like if there's like a crisis situation, he says something, you just do it. Yeah. You know, like
we trust his judgment and that he wants what's best for us and everyone around him.
Yeah, at first I was kind of like skeptical because like this is too good to be true. Like she introduced us, right? Like, in fact, she was like, you would really like my husband.
Yeah, because they have a lot of similar interests, and they have a lot of
we're cut from the same cloth.
She is like my husband's female equivalent. That's probably why me and you get along so well, because there's so many things about her that remind me of my husband. And so
yeah, like I'll say something and then he'll be like, hey, that's my line. We're both cut from the same cloth. And
so me and her have opposite personalities, by the way, and well, sort of opposite, but
yeah. We're very opposite.
And in some ways we're similar.
Some ways we're similar,
but in other ways we're very opposite. Yeah.
So, sisters, tell me, do you all live in the same household? No strings nikah. That got your attention. By 2030, 45% of all women between the ages of 25 to 45 will be single and childless. The reasons for this are many, but the bottom line is this: a lot of women will be looking for a nikah arrangement that better suits their lifestyle preferences. No strings nikah. If you're a full-time mum who doesn't want to be a full-time wife, No Strings Nikah may be for you. Download the app now. If you're a man and want to learn more about No Strings Nikah and network with like-minded brothers and sisters in an exclusive private community, download the No Strings Nikah app now on the App Store and Google Play and start your free trial.
No, but like I hang out here mostly.
She's been sleeping over for the past week every night. So in a sense,
I came to visit her and her kids, right? And we went out to like hang out. Like we went to a farm. But then since then, it's like, okay, I'll go home. But then like
she goes home to feed her cats and comes back because we miss each other.
So, and then the time like flies when we're here, like we're cooking.
Yeah.
And then, or we're like, you know, working on something, we're dealing with the kids. Like, you know, I watch the kids if like, you know, she's busy with something.
Yeah.
Or like if, you know, AbuAmerican needs to go out and do something, like he needs the both of us to like, you know, hold ship. So
oh yeah,
there's always something going on, but I really enjoy my time here. I think I enjoy like the triad.
Yeah.
You know,
the three of us work out really well.
Yeah. And he's like really good at delegating, and
Mhm.
he's really like he's like a really good boss kind of. Like if I were to
Yeah.
like if this were a company, like he's like a boss and he's like maintaining like the entire corporation like very well.
Right. Amazing. So, okay, so he takes on the burden of responsibility with regards to running the show.
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes.
This
Like,
is super important.
Yeah.
This is super important.
He deals with the macro,
Mm.
right? And we deal with all of the micro.
Got you. That's a good way. That's a good way of putting it. He deals with the macro, and you deal with the micro.
That's
And
what he says. Yeah.
That's what his- that's literally his word.
That's the way he describes it. Like, you
Mhm.
know, like I have to deal with all of the macro. Like all of the burden is on me, but I need you guys to like figure out the micro. Like I can't be looking for socks if I'm like, you know,
he
trying to pay rent, right?
So he deals with the bigger stuff that are more important, and we deal with the smaller things for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if your husband is about at the moment, but if we were to ask your husband for advice on how to run a successful polygynous household, what do you think he would say?
What do you think he would say?
I think number one, he would say to put Allah first and to follow the deen, and to just implement the character of Rasul.
Yeah.
Implement the character of what the Prophet ﷺ would be like.
So-
So number one, like our household, the number one thing we focus on always is Allah first and what Islam says first. And that is what also our connection is all. That's what glues us together. It's just our love for Allah.
The sincerity.
The sincerity, exactly. We all want to make it to Jannah together. We all love Allah, and we all talk about Islam like every single day. We're always reflecting about Allah and talking about what Islam says, reading hadith together,
Yeah.
praying together.
He knows that, like, you know, as women, we're very emotional. So oftentimes, like, you know, of course there are moments where, you know, like he has to deal with our emotions, but like he says something, like he'll be like, you know, feelings are nuffs.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. He tries to teach us like being emotionally stable in ourselves. And
Yeah.
when we're acting a little bit too, I guess, hysterical or something, he'll calm us down and remind us that to fear Allah and to just be mindful of
Or the both of us
Yeah.
do that too.
yeah,
like,
for example, if I start getting a little riled up by him, we have different sort of, I don't know the word for it, but triggers or something. Like there are certain things about him that I don't mind at all.
like we help each other de-escalate.
Yeah.
Like if she's doing something, I'll like, you know, squeeze her
Exactly.
arm and I'll be like, no,
We
no,
have
no,
a-
no,
we
no,
have,
don't go
like-
there, don't go
we
there.
have, like,
And
we have, like,
she'll do the same thing to
we
me.
have like a code name where if we see each other,
We'll
like,
say instant ramen.
yeah, we see each other like acting up against our husband a little bit, like we start getting down that path. She'll come to me and she'll like squeeze my arm. She's like, remember what we talked about? Or I'll do the same thing to her. I'll like give her a hug and be like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this
His bottom line is that like he's the head of the household, right? Like whether we like it or not, we have to obey, right?
Mhm.
Like we have to trust that like if he asks us to do something, that it's better for us to just do as he
even
says.
if we don't understand in that moment, we have to understand there's a reason he said that.
And he always mentions, he's like he mentions what the story of Aisha, right? That like, you know, she was like, oh, I wish I knew something like 20 years ago. or
Oh,
something.
the one where yeah, he never told me that one. But
So
I know which one you're talking
yeah,
about.
so he was like, when you don't like listen, or if you think you know better, like there's gonna come a time where you yourself are gonna be like, I should have just listened, you know?
Because he knows what it's about trust, of just trusting that
You
he
trust
knows
him. You trust him. He's
We
he's-
trust him.
I
Like,
trust him
we
with
don't
everything.
question.
I
Like,
trust him
I
with
had a hard
everything.
time at first.
She's learning
because-
still. I mean, she's only been married
for a month.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you, sisters, and the question might backfire on me right now, because you know I don't know the answer. But Bess, there's a lot of people in the chat who reckon that your husband is very tall and good looking. So if you don't mind me asking, what's your husband's height?
He's very he is very good looking.
5'11", 5'10".
He's 5'10". He's
5'10".
5'10". He's not very tall, you know, and
5'10".
he's not
I
like,
personally find him the most attractive man, but like
I also find him
Yo.
really attractive. I find him really,
I've-
really attractive because
of his person.
of who he is.
Yeah.
Like
So
for
to the
me,
losers,
the
to
height,
you
the
losers in
body,
the chat, to you losers in the chat, yeah, who was waffling. He's 6'4", he's 6'5", and blah
No,
blah
he's
blah.
not.
no, he's
he's
not
not-
6'4". He's not like
he's
a
not
gym
like-
rat either.
Yeah, he's not a gym rat at all. Like, he has
Yeah.
a little bit of a.
He has a little bit of
he
a
has
pouch.
a father figure.
He has a dad bod.
Yeah. He has a father
He
figure.
has, he has a father figure. I never heard. That is so politically correct. Wow. Politician
Well,
in the
he's
making.
gonna get. He's been busy. It's on his.
He's been busy. He doesn't have time to go to the gym. He's
Yeah.
raising 4 kids and 2 wives.
Yeah, but his charisma and his personality and his direction, like he knows his intelligence.
No, he's
For me,
like,
it's just his sincerity to Allah, number one.
yeah, he's so sincere. He's the most honest man I've ever met.
He's very righteous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you two sisters, and I can see you guys struggling to pinpoint exactly what is it. Like, what is it? Maybe it's this, maybe it's that.
No,
The truth-
don't get me wrong. Some
There's-
people would
the
like
truth is,
listen.
he's just that guy. That's the bottom
Yeah.
line. He's that guy.
from-
So if you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.